Hello there. Hi, welcome to our quick NoX demo. My name is Sev Howell. Thank you for joining us. I'm just gonna give a couple minutes for everybody to pop on, but say hi as you're popping on. Our sweet host, please tag everybody if you are able to do this tonight. I'm so excited. So my name is Sev, and just so you know that I actually pre-recorded this video because it works better internet-wise and sound and image. Also, this is still a live event. I am still live with you in the comment, but I do this because if you have questions, you can just comment all your question and I'm right there answering you, and it doesn't make the demo any longer because I really want to respect your time today, right? So I value your time. I appreciate you taking your time to watch this. So I want to make sure your questions are answered, but we're still live together. Right now. So just want to let you know about this, but hello everybody, say hi as you're hopping on. So a little bit about me. I am Sev Howell. I live in Tennessee. I have 3 kiddos, I homeschool, and I've been sharing and using NoX for 8.5 years now. It has totally changed our lives. So I went to my first party in August 2015, and I had no clue what NoX was. I was using a lot of chemicals like this, window cleaners, sprays, everything, paper towels, all the cloths to go with that, all the, disposable things. And I was blown away that you can clean with a cloth and water and it works. I was spending a lot of money on all those cleaners every month, and I've now saved a lot of money. I was wiping my kids in their high chairs, and they were pretty young at the time that I went to my first party, their hands, their mouths, all of that with wipes and things. I just did not know, so I could tell it was going to be safer, and then it worked. It really worked. So I went to that party. I wanted all of things. I had a party myself, and I started, kind of filling up my home with free products, and I decided, you know what, I can show people how this works. And I decided to sign up as a consultant. It's been 8.5 years, and it's been amazing. So this was my story. So when I had my party, I got so much free stuff. So if your wish list grows as we're watching this demo, then don't fret, just host a party. It is really fun. It's free. It will help our sweet host every time she receives a booking. It unlocks more rewards for her. And then it'll be a blessing to your friends because all your friends can now see how NoX works. And that's why I have these fun bags in the back. The first 3, blue, pink, green, is for you. When you write book me and then you choose the color of the bag, I'll show you what's in the bag, and it'll be a gift for you as a thank you for hosting. And if all 3 bags get taken, then our sweet host is gonna receive one of her wish list items that's in the orange bag. So that one is for her. So that way it's fun for you, it's fun for her, it is fun for everybody, okay? Now, I'm a stay-at-home mom. In case you haven't picked up on the accent, I'm actually not from the US. I grew up in Paris, France, so I'm an engineer by trade. Nothing really said I was gonna sell mops and toilet brushes, right? But I love these products. I love to connect with people and help them transform their homes. And so this has been a huge blessing. So even if you're like, I can't sell, I'm not a salesperson, I don't have time, all of that, I work full time, I'm retired, or whatever the case may be, just watch what I'm doing because this is an amazing product that everybody needs. NoX has a great mission behind the products to improve quality of life by radically reducing the chemicals in the home. And they are involved in so many places to help clean oceans. And there's just so much more than just the cleaning part of our homes. So I just love what this company is about and what the product represents. And so I feel privileged to get to share that with you today. So, okay, so this is actually going to be a kitchen-focused party because I know many of you, the host told me, many of you are going to be repeat NoX lovers. So I'm going to show the basics, but we're then going to shift more towards the kitchen. Now, if anybody books a party and you're like, I would like to do a basics kind of demo, we can totally do that. But this is kind of what we're doing here, just so that you guys can learn something new to clean your kitchen, okay? So, don't hesitate to ask questions. Remember, I'm right there in the comment. Tell us how you know our host. Tell us how you know each other. If you've already you use Norwex, where your favorite products are. I want this to be interactive. Let's make it fun, okay? So why Norwex, okay? There are 2 ways that you can clean. So if you remember, I think it was earlier today or yesterday, I posted all those statistics, all those scary facts. I was even asking you which one's the most compelling to you. All of these are true, and that is why we need Norwex, because as we're starting to discover the use of chemicals, it's coming through so many different areas in our lives, we can tell they are not good for us to be around on a regular basis. So this is why we really, really need Norwex. Now, did you know that you have 2 ways to clean? Chemical cleaning, which would be something like this, or mechanical cleaning, which would be Norwex, cloth, and water. So chemical cleaning kills, okay? This one kills 99.9% of bacteria, which is great, but the problem is nobody reads the instructions. Have you ever read the instructions of a bottle when you use it? I never have, okay? And I use so many of these and I never read the instructions. So the problem with chemicals is we don't read the instructions and therefore we're not getting the result that we think. We're not getting this result because we're not doing what it says to do back here. And for instance, this particular product says, allow the surface to remain wet for 4 minutes in order to disinfect. I had never done that. This is a certain brand. Another brand I've read, it was 10 minutes. Another brand, it was 3. I can't remember, but even 30 seconds, you would have to use however many wipes to keep the surface wet that long. And then down below, it says, rinse food contact surfaces with clean potable water after disinfecting. So again, that is the second step, that in your kitchen, especially if you use these, then you would have to come with a clean cloth and clean water after and rinse the surface. That is way too much work and no one does that, okay? So if you want to see a great example and illustration of this not being used properly, watch the toilet video I posted yesterday or today. It is mind-blowing. It is shocking. I was shocked that Norwex actually cleaned my toilet seat better than these. And I tested it and it's all there. You need to go check that out. Have you seen it? It is unbelievable. So the second way to clean, well, what's wrong with this one too? It leaves residue behind. It leaves dead bacteria and viruses behind, because even if you don't kill all of them, you kill some. But where do they go? They just stay right there, right? And that's actually why it tells you to rinse with potable water to remove all of that, but we're not doing that, right? So now we're ingesting, touching dead bacteria plus the residue from the cleaners. So that's kind of what chemical cleaning is about. Mechanical cleaning is using a Norwex cloth like this one with water only, and it actually pick up 99% of bacteria from your surface, okay? So this is an EnviroCloth. Who has an EnviroCloth? I'll be talking about this in a second. Tell us where you use your EnviroCloth if you already have one. It's like the flagship product of Norwex. So how can this remove 99% of bacteria? So there's 3 main differences between our Norwex microfiber and the microfiber from the store, okay? In order to be called microfiber, the fibers in a cloth, and I know if you already if you already use Norwex, you've probably heard this, but just in case there is someone here who's new, I want to definitely go back to the basics and remind all of you why Norwex is so awesome. So in order to be called a microfiber, the fibers in the cloth have to be 1/6 the size of a hair. So one single hair, it has to be 1/6 the size of that, okay? So pretty small as opposed to cotton, right? It's much, much thicker. Our Norwex microfiber, the fibers are 1/200th the size of a hair. So not 1/6, 1/200th. So there's about 10 million feet of fibers. This is in 1 square of cloth that's barely covering my torso here. So this is why the fibers are so tiny. They will pick up tiny, 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 tiny things like bacteria, right? And everything that's bigger, obviously, like viruses and everything. So the second benefit is there's the star weave. The way all these fibers are woven actually keeps everything trapped and captive in there. And I've got some raw chicken that we're gonna play with in a minute. I'm gonna show you a demo with that, and then you'll see an illustration of that. And then the third difference is that our cloth contains silver. If you've used Norwex for a while, you probably know that. What is silver used for? Anybody knows? Anybody remembers? I'm asking because before I went to my first party, I had no clue. Silver is naturally antibacterial. Did you know that? Did you remember, if you've been to a party before, if you've been using your Norwex for a while, did you remember that silver prevents bacteria growth? So you're gonna get bacteria in here, right? We're gonna clean, it's gonna pick it up. It picks it up, it doesn't kill it. It picks it up with the little tiny microfiber fingers, right? But then it gets in there and then it can't survive because of the silver will keep that bacteria from growing and make more bacteria. And so your cloth actually self-purifies. So one way to look at it and to make it, you know, a fun way to remember what the silver is good for is that it's your bacteria birth control for your cloth. It keeps the bacteria from reproducing and making baby bacteria, and then it takes over your cloth like, you know, something like this. We've all used this before. We know all about it, right? So, all right. So I'm going to start with this, but we're going to focus on the kitchen. So if I was doing a regular demo, I would talk about our top 5 products and our mop. I did actually post about the mop this afternoon, so you can see right there how amazing our mop is. So this would be a regular demo. If you have any questions about this set, just let me know. If you don't have any products, it's a great way to start with that. But I'm only going to touch on 1 or 2 products in here, and then we'll shift to the kitchen, okay? So I'm going to wet my cloth. So I'm going to use my EnviroCloth here. So the EnviroCloth is your everything cloth, so you can use it here in the kitchen, you can use it in the bathroom, on the toilet seat. That's the one I used on the toilet seat back in my kid's bathroom. If you watch that video, you know, all of that. So just need water, all right? And then we are going to just briefly show, I know you probably have seen that before, but we're gonna clean some raw chicken. And if you're like, why raw chicken? I thought we were talking about bacteria. So raw chicken has a lot of protein, okay, obviously. And so we're gonna test for protein residue, all right? Because that's something that we can test for with these little swabby thing. These are protein testers, okay? ProClean, they're called. The company is Hygienia, so this is not Norwex. But there is protein on this board now, and actually protein is the smaller of the 3. You have protein that's teeny tiny, then you have bacteria, then you have viruses. So we know that if it successfully removes protein from this board here today, I know with confidence that it removes everything else, okay? It has been tested to remove 99.9% of bacteria, so we do know that, but I like to test with the smallest of those 3 little guys. So I've used this on the toilet because there's protein in pee and poop. Who knew? Yep, there is. So green means clean, gray, pink, purple means protein. If you've never seen one of those, it's like a little DNA sample kind of deal. And there's a liquid in that top. And when we drop the liquid down to touch the cotton part, then it'll tell us what the cotton has on it, right? So I'm going to, you know, kind of do a test swab, since I've got 2 of them, just to see what we get when the swab has been exposed to protein. The FDA, the health department, will often use these swabs to test surfaces, right? So this is obviously purple means protein, okay? So far, so good. So now let's clean. Here's my EnviroCloth, just has water on it. You're cleaning mechanically, so make it nice and flat, okay? Remember that if you did not know this before. If you're just gonna scrunch your cloth up, you're not gonna pick up as much. Remember, it's mechanical cleaning, so you want nice and flat. You want this to touch that. You want a contact between the 2, right? Not having to, you know, put a lot of pressure on it. You just want it to actually touch each other, right? So now let's go to the next swab. Who has seen this demo before? Who knows what I'm about to do? Don't spoil it for everybody else, okay? So now let's see what is here. All right, so this was before. You ready? And this is after. What? If you haven't said anything yet, if you've not commented, please do. First, it allows me to include you in the participation drawing, but I would love to know what you think now. So before and after. So Norwex was able to remove all the protein from this board. It's now in here, right? So what I like to do is to show you how that star weave has trapped all that chicken juice in here, because see, it's not on my hands. I'm going to use the same there's one of my hair here, the same chicken side here to clean this board again. And we're gonna go ahead and clean my countertop. Let's just do it. And then, remove this. Let's test all these surfaces again to see if basically we have cross-contaminated all these surfaces. And let's see if we can find any chicken on this side, okay? So this is the green swab. This one's not been spoiled yet, so we can still use it to show that it is still a green. Isn't that crazy? So there's no protein here, no protein here, and we couldn't find it on here. Now, let's make sure this second swab, the green one, is actually working, right? So we're gonna put it in the juice here, just to make sure we have 2 working swabs. Otherwise, this is kind of, you know. All right, here we go. Purple, purple, so far, so good. So this shows you that Norwex will remove 99% of bacteria with just water. And it did protein, and it will also do anything bigger than that, like viruses, because if it can remove something as small as protein and bacteria, we can remove anything bigger, right? And so now that I have removed, the only thing that's left behind here is water. So there's no chemical residue. There's no dead bacteria, viruses on here. It is completely clean. By the way, this is the cutting board, and I'll talk about it in just a minute. But I can totally do this, right? So this is my own cutting board, and now that I've removed my saliva, this is completely clean, okay? I would cut something on here and feed it to my children because I know it is clean. Okay, so let's continue. So this is our main cloth. It's the Enviro cloth. It's not just for the kitchen, but I definitely wanted you to, you know, remember how to use this. And then for, if someone is new here, please say that you're new. Thank you for being here. Then you can use that all over your house. And I wanted to show you how Norwex worked with just water. Now, what is the main thing that we have to do in our kitchens? Oh yeah, clean the fridge. Mine's not too bad. Therefore, I'm going to add butter to it, okay? So let's put some butter. And how would you clean this normally? Anybody, before Norwex? If you don't have Norwex, what do you cleanse this with? Paper towels, window cleaner. If it wasn't on your fridge, you'll probably use some of that. If it's on the counter, like something greasy, or, you know, pretend this is your dog, you know, your pet slobber in the back door, or if it's your stovetop, you know, oily residue after you've cooked a meal, you know, all of that. So guess what I'm going to use? My Enviro cloth again, right? Same cloth. So instead of drowning this in paper towels and window cleaner, you know it's miserable. And then what do you have next? Streaks, residue. It is not clean. You can tell there is a layer of leftover residue on it, and the streaks is basically the leftover. It's what shows, right? So instead, I'm gonna use my Norwex cloth and actually remove it. So this is still my Enviro cloth. I may have never showed you. It says Enviro right here. So, well, I unfolded this, but whichever fourth I was on, you can always fold the other way and go to another side, which has never cleaned the chicken, right? The chicken is on the inside. So that's why I like this fold. And so look at how incredible this is. It actually picks up the chicken. And you can see it because, see, it's actually white on here. You can see my hands kind of white. Because there was did I say chicken? I mean butter. I'm sorry. I'm getting people confused here. Butter. So listen. Don't you love a good streaky, clean sound? I don't know why, I love that. So now what do? I have a wet fridge. This is where the Enviro cloth's best friend come in. It's the window cloth. And if you do have a party and you want to talk about the basic products, I'll definitely talk about those too, because they are way part of our essential products. So this is the window cloth. It's for your streak-free shine on windows, mirrors, countertops, stovetops, storm door, anything shiny. So see, it actually removes the streaks. Do you see that? I mean, look how shiny my fridge door is now. It had butter right on it just a second ago. And like I was telling you about, as opposed to cleaning with something like this or a spray and a paper towels, when you touch your surface, I wish you could reach through the phone and touch, it feels clean. There is no residue on here. I'm touching my fridge, right? It is just the surface of the fridge, devoid from germs. And that's what clean is. If you look in the dictionary, it's void from bacteria and germs. And so that's what Noex does, and I love it. So all over your kitchen, you can use your EnviroCloth and window cloth, clean, polish, and obviously your entire house. And if you have this duo, this is a great duo. Tell us where you're using it. So now you've saved so much money on paper towels, window cleaner, antibacterial wipes, 409 bleach, all-purpose cleaners. I mean, it's incredible. So now let's go to our stovetop, okay? So something like this. What would you clean it with? Every day, so I have a gas stovetop. I used to have glass too before we moved here. So I periodically wipe it with the EnviroCloth, and if I'm really, really picky that day, I will shine it with the window cloth. Unbelievable. What if I have a tough, really nasty burnt on there? That's when you go, and it's actually in the Safe Haven 5, so it's part of our basic products. That's where you go to the cleaning paste. So the cleaning paste can be used all over the house, but specifically in your kitchen. So I'm not going to talk about all the places you can use it in your house, but pretty much every room you can use this. But on the stovetop, it is great in the oven for all the burnt on food. So it is natural. So it comes as it's usually completely full. Mine I've used for years, but like it comes as a chalky kind of thing, and it's not toxic. It is made from chalk, marble flour, coconut oil, and natural soap. Okay, so those are 4 active ingredients, meaning your kids can be around that, can use it. It is not toxic. If it gets ingested, it's fine. One thing that it does great, since believe it or not, I cleaned my stove yesterday, so it's actually pretty clean. Like I removed the grids and everything, like we went to town. So I'm gonna show you here on a piece of floor, I've put some Sharpie because the Noex cleaning paste will actually remove our Sharpie. So when you grab your EnviroCloth, this is still the same cloth I've used the last few minutes, and it's damp, you just dab a little corner in the paste like that. This will stay hard. It's supposed to be like a stone, so don't think it's broken if you receive it and it looks like that. It's supposed to be that way. But like, if you, just to show you how tough it is on the grime, permanent marker, nail polish, grouts, I mean all the stuff all over your house, but definitely in the kitchen, on your stovetop, in the grill outside too. Now, if you do grill or inside the oven, I would suggest a scrubber. We have a Spirinette that is perfect for that. It's like a non stainless steel wool kind of thing, but it won't rust because it's stainless steel. So it's pretty amazing. You'll have it for years. So look at that. That's the cleaning paste for all of that area of your kitchen. Okay. So now let's talk, because I usually have my countercloth. They usually sit right here near my stovetop. So let's talk about this now. So the countercloth are the perfect replacement for paper towels. So you see that size, okay? This is the Select a sheet of paper towels. You know, there was the disposable paper towels that we would normally use. These came out about 5 years ago. I have not used paper towels in 5 years. Now, I don't have pets, so let me rephrase that. These will be great to reduce your paper towel use. I understand that if you have pets, anybody has pets, who has furry friends, who has, you know, accidents. I have kids, so we have accidents too, but I understand pet urine, vomit, I get it. Cat vomit, that you're like, I need something disposable, I can't use a cloth and then reuse it again, I just can't. I totally understand. So you might now buy 1 roll of paper towel every 6 months instead of buying 6 a week when you use the Noex counter cloth for just about everything else. So they come, you can get them with the house. They come with 6 of them here. They don't come with these specific colors, but you have 3 different color options, maybe 4 if there's an extra one right now. And it'll come with 6 of them, but you can fit like 10 or 12, really. That's why I have more. But my kids use these as kind of napkins, like to popcorn, pizza, hands, you know, all of that. They absorb a ton of water. So if you see that weave, it's called the popcorn weave. And I think I posted a video about this in the last couple of days about how one of these will absorb just as much water as 6 or 8 regular paper towels that size. So extremely absorbent. So like I usually will put my fruit sitting on there in the fridge, you know, like my plastic thing of strawberries, it'll absorb all of that. If I'm thawing, like, I don't know, I make spaghetti sauce and I freeze it, then I thaw it, I put it on the counter, I'll sit it on there, and that way it's not just dripping on the counter. All of the excess water as it thaws gets absorbed there. Here's another thing I do. I actually put it inside my produce. So like I see I have this spring mix thing, and once I open it, I will lay, I'm almost done with this one, but I will lay a countercloth in there, in the bag or in the container, and it actually allows your produce to last longer because it absorbs the extra moisture in here. So all of your, you know, all the produce, you know, lettuce is what I was thinking about, but fruit, all the little berries, all of that, it's gonna absorb. And then by the time you get it out of there, I mean, it's slightly damp because it's absorbed moistures for days, but it will allow all the extra moisture to not just sit on your produce and make them go bad faster. So that is pretty cool. But other than that, just wiping counters, it will remove 99% of bacteria, and it will reduce your bill at Costco or Sam's Club or wherever you shop for those big packs of paper towels by a lot. So I love it. You can get them without the house too, just 3, a pack of 3, but there they are. So love these. Okay, so while we're here, let me finish here with the stove. This is not technically a kitchen product, but I've used it in my kitchen. It's the chenille hand towel. Who has a chenille hand towel? Anybody? So if you'll notice, it won't fall, and it looks super pretty. And like, so this part right here, so I've got one right there. This part right here is a lot of Noex chenille little fingers that just suck all the extra water off your hands and kids' hands. And it has the silver in it. So when you look on the tag, in case someone did not know, do you see that word backlock at the top right there on the top of Noex? That means the silver. So if you already have claws and products, if you look on there and you see backlock, you know, this has the silver. And most of them do, but it gives you an assurance that they do. So this will not stink. I have one in my bathrooms, all of our bathrooms, but like in my guest bathroom downstairs. I don't have to change it, you know, 2 hours after my guests leave, you know, because then everybody's used it and it's nasty. I have this on here for weeks, right? So you attach it like this. It goes like this, okay? And then this part is gonna come over. So this goes over your, well, here, I'll show you right there. It goes right here over a ring or a handle or something. You get that bottom part through that tiny sleeve, and then here you go. And now there you are. You have them like that, and it just stays, and that's pretty cool. So it's not technically for the kitchen, but it's so cute and adorable, and it works. And I like to have it lower, that way my kids can get that. They don't have to try to grab my other kitchen towel up here, right? Okay, kitchen towel. Let's talk about that. So some of these products might be overlapping. Like if you end up getting the counter cloths, maybe you won't need this kitchen cloth, but the kitchen cloth is what I've used for years. So this came after for me. So, you know, I got used to using this and I love it. So kitchen cloth, it has many, many, many different colors. This is the color I happen to be using right now. Kitchen towel. So for me, these two are right there. So that's my sink. That's my kitchen towel. That's my kitchen cloth damp right here over the sink. So like I said, I don't want my kids to have to grab that because it never goes back on the hook when they use the kitchen, the chenille hand towel, then it doesn't, they don't have to worry about that because it doesn't come off. But this is to dry hands and dishes. And I fell in love with it because I hated having to have a sour kitchen towel. Who walked by their sinks before Noex and had that, ooh, where is that smell coming from? And that was your kitchen towel or your sponge or something that had gone sour and it smelled bad and it stunk and it had that mildew smell, and you're like, it's time to launder it. Really, let's be honest, I needed 68 of these to get it through the week in my kitchen, right? So I love that this one I wash once a week, if that, right? And then the small version, the towel, so it's mine right here. I use this 101 times a day. I'm constantly grabbing it. I fold it like this. I wipe counters, I wipe table, I grab crumbs really well. We have all of these options of colors. Diamond, this is the diamond weave, and that's the channel. I couldn't think of how to say that. Channel weave, and the channel is the one I'm showing here. It's this one right there. I have both sets. I love them both. But it offers, you know, multiple color options, so you can color code, you know, depending on what your kitchen looks like, or if you're like me with the season. I love to color knit with the season. But I wipe this, and then I usually let it dry over my sink like that. I wash it once a week. It doesn't smell, and that is amazing. I love, love, love that part. Okay, so again, if you're getting the counter cloths, you might find, a lot of what I do with the counter cloth, I don't need the kitchen cloth for, but really it's more of a size. What kind of size are you? Are you a person who likes to hold a sponge? Noex has sponges too that you can wipe with. Are you a cloth person? Do you like the paper towel shape? So you get to decide that and then grab the cloth that is for you, right? Okay, so we're almost finished. Now we're gonna get closer to the kitchen sink. So I actually saved my dishwasher to be ready to launch. Obviously, we're not gonna sit here for 3 hours while it runs, but I wanted to talk about the dishwasher powder and the rinse aid, okay? So it's called Ultrazyme and Rinse Aid Plus. They actually come together as a set or separately, but I think you have 30 to 40 loads in this guy. It comes with a little scoop like this, and it's just a white powder. This one is almost done, but I kind of get it to, you know, a full thing like that. And when you think of it, I think this is, maybe that's 2 teaspoons, 1.5. That's 1.5 teaspoon. So I need 1.5 teaspoon of this for a regular load of this in here, okay? So just put it in there, done. And in the rinse aid, I put it like once every couple of months. You know how that goes. Like this, done, clean. So I like this because like it's called Ultrazyme because it's enzyme based. Who knows what enzymes do? Anybody ever heard of enzymes? I mean, we think of our stomachs, right? The stomachs and our enzyme, what do? They break down the food so that it's because even when you chew your food, it gets to your stomach, it's still too big for our body to use it, all our cells to get their nutrients and all that. So it breaks it down and makes it in a big mush. So that's what enzymes do. They break down whatever they're designed to break down, and to break it down until it's nil. And the only byproducts is water and carbon dioxide. So it's stuff that, you know, we exhale carbon dioxide, we run water, so it's not toxic for us. So Noex cultivates natural enzymes to target specific jobs. So in this case, it would be the food and the breakdown of, you know, all the things that might go in our dishwasher, right? And the rinse aid, obviously, so I can't show you the result, but this is my glasses. Okay, I mean, they don't have any watermarks. They don't have any, and we've had these a very long time. They're even shipped. These are more recent. No marks of any kind. They're just clean. But it's not toxic. Like none of these 2 products has anything in there that you wouldn't want to touch with your bare hands. So when you grab your dishes, when the water goes out of your washer into the waterways, you know that you have not contaminating your environment or your household. So I would highly recommend these. They work extremely well and they are safe products, okay? All right, let's go to the sink now to finish up. So I have kept a ton of dishes here. I'm not gonna do them all, but we're gonna talk about a couple of things here. So we're going to talk about how I have replaced this. This was probably my husband's biggest yes. when I went to my first Noex party and the person showed the dishcloth. Who has a dishcloth? Anybody? So if you're like, what are you holding? I'm gonna unfold it. It's a big net, okay? So up until this point, I have talked about microfiber. This is a Noex microfiber. This is Noex, okay? But it's not a microfiber. It is a net with a bunch of, you know, small holes. And so the benefit of that is that, so here's my dishcloth is down here. This is my dishcloth. It's the same product, except that this one's brand new and I've used mine for years. Yes, I said years. How long do you have this? How long do you have these, or did? Hopefully you don't use these anymore if you already know Noex users. I remember if I made it 2 months, that was the max. I remember by 3 to 4 weeks, I was like, oh, you know, and I was trying to stretch it. And yes, we put it in the dishwasher. Yes, we tried to disinfect it in a bowl of water in the microwave. And if it worked, it just made it fall apart that much faster because it was subjected to so much heat in both those places. So it wasn't great, right? So this dishcloth, so it's shrunk a little bit. If you think that net I just showed you is huge, it's okay, it's gonna shrink. So this is not a microfiber, therefore you still need your dishwashing liquid. And so I feel silly, but this is my dishwashing liquid because I like the pretty bottle. And since I just refilled it and threw the bottle away, I don't have one to show you, but this is what I'm using. This is the Noex dishwashing liquid, okay, page 57. So another thing that I use sometimes, not all the time, I mostly use my dishcloth, but when pots and pans, I love the Noex scrub brush. So you can get the brush, the top part by itself if you need to replace this, but you put the dishwashing liquid in here and then it dispenses it through the hole in there. So when you're, you know, washing dishes, so this, I don't use it all the time, but I did get it about a year ago, and I like it when I have, you know, pans and we just did tacos or ground beef or something that's in meat or something. This is great to scrub it in and have the soap, the dishwashing liquid dispensed with you. So here's how it works. You wet your dishcloth, you ball it up just as if you were holding this, right? Now, remember, you need dishwashing liquid, so that's where I'm gonna get, you know, a couple of drops of my dishwashing liquid here. And I just want to show you how foamy this gets. Do you see that? You will wash dish after dish after dish with this, as long as you're not rinsing it and removing all the soap. See, it is still full of soap. So a couple of drops of that Noex dishwashing liquid is gonna last for many dishes, okay? And if you're like, what are you putting your stuff on over there? I'm gonna talk about it in just a second. So see, like, even if you had any sort of grease on here, do you hear? Squeaky clean. So that dishwashing liquid that I have in my dispenser that just showed you a picture of it. There's my other cutting board. It's the same size. I'll show you all of them in a minute. Actually, I think 2 of them might just have gone in my dishwasher. Oh no, there's one. I wanted to show you that size. I'm just talking to myself. Okay, so what I was saying is a couple of drops of that dishwashing liquid. See? Tons of soap, tons of suds, tons of, oh, forgot to rinse that handle here. There we go. And there is the small cutting board I wanted to show you in a minute, so I'll wash it. So you just need a little bit, is what I'm trying to say. You don't have a ton. So see, we're still going strong. This actually had oil on it because I think I did asparagus on this earlier, and so I drizzle oil on them with salt and pepper, you know, whatever. And so it's this, I had foil on there. Yes, I still use a little bit of foil here and there. But well, that's not a surface that does the squeaky, but it's clean. I love it. Okay, so we could go on. I'm not gonna make you wash my dishes, although it's pretty cool to get paid to wash your dishes. So what I have here it's actually the drying mat, the dish mat, okay? This is graphite. It also comes in mushroom, which is a slightly brown color. This mesh, you put the mesh side up, so the mesh side up here, right there. And then I like to attach it so you can attach it like below your sink, or you know, when you're storing it. So that's what I love, is that I can remove it and it's gone. It means I don't have to have that tray thing just sitting there all the time. It folds up and you just put it under the sink, okay? But that mesh part is super, super absorbent, and this just sits on your counter. It will not stink because it has the silver in it, okay? So, and I can put 2 on there side by side, just like that. And then that makes, like if I have like a lot of dishes like I did here, because I've saved a lot here, I can then side by side and let them dry, or dry them with my kitchen towel, and then put those things away. And it's just so easy, okay? So, all right, water here. Let's finish here with the cutting board. So are you like, whoa, it's like crazy, what is going on? If you are like in love with everything, or if you have any questions, again, please keep them coming. I want to answer your questions in the comment, right? But if you're mind blown and you want it all, just pick a bag if you have not yet, right? Book me and pick, you know, blue, pink, or green. These are the first 3 for you, and then the orange one is going to be for Sweet Host when all 3 of these have been picked, and after your parties have been held, then I will send her what's on here, what's in this one, which is something on her wish list, because I made sure that I, you know, would ask her what something is on her wish list, so that she gets that. But let's finish with the cutting board. So this is one of them. Let's see. There are 3 sizes. So we have the large, we have the small, what is called small, I would qualify that of medium, but they call it small. And we have the mini, which is the one I was just washing right there. Now, I would like to say that, see, you're looking at my kitchen towel and you're like, Sev, you need a new one. No, it will absorb a ton of water. So like, even if I use this part right here to dry it, every Noex cloth will absorb 7 times its weight in water and matter. So even when it's soaked like this, it will still dry. It's pretty cool. So, all right, here are the 3 sizes of the cutting boards, okay? So large, that would be watermelon, big roast, garlic bread, you know, a lot of it. The small, which is that medium size, and the mini, an avocado, tomatoes, you know, a small cucumber, garlic, you know, all of that. So they all have a hole, if you like to hang them. They all have that ridge to collect juices, and they all have that green rubbery back that if you put them like on the counter like here, like it doesn't, I mean, you can move it, but it's not sliding all over. So that's pretty cool. The other great thing is it's not wood and it's not plastic, okay? So these are rice, made of rice husks, Husks, okay? And it's pretty much the outer layer of the rice. You know, like if you go to China and get rice out of the river, the rice rivers, it has an outer layer, right? By the time it gets to us in the supermarket, that layer is gone. But that layer is really strong and very durable, and obviously it's natural. I know they've used rice husks to build computer components like chips and sections of the computers, and this is what this is. So meaning, like I've used this one a lot, okay? It's still, it might get a little stain here and there. You can tiny sell, but it has no real knife marks, and it doesn't have any cuts to where the juices are gonna get in there and you're like, ooh, I can only use this for meat now because I can't cut fruit anymore on this. No, I cut everything on all boards. I don't have one for this and one for that. So I love these. I have 2 of each size. I really like them. Not because I sell Noex, but I just really like them as a person needing cutting boards in her kitchen. I really do. Okay, so I think this is it. I want to touch very briefly on how you care for your Noex cloth, which I would, you know, if we had a regular party I would talk about. But what do you do with this cloth, this Enviro cloth, after you have raw chicken, butter, permanent marker? When you mop your floors, you mop your floor with this pad and water. What do you do with that? So rinse your cloth. So go to my sink, my kitchen cloth especially, because it has a lot of fruit, like food in it, yogurt, milk. If you don't rinse those things, it smells bad, right? Like beer. We don't drink beer, but the thing that has that yeast in there. So just rinse under running water. And what you do here is you are ensuring that every food or little debris on the surface of your cloth is being washed off, okay? If there was a piece of raw chicken on here, or a hair, or whatever, yogurt glog or something, that would get washed off. So now the surface of my cloth is clean. The raw chicken juice is still in there, but that's what the silver is for. So when I hang my cloth, here's my pantry. You would have seen my entire kitchen. How cool is that? When I go in my pantry, I've got, this one goes right here. So this is where I hang my cloths and my pads, and they dry. And while they dry there, and see, I close the door, no one knows. While they dry, the silver purifies the cloth, and it is pretty cool. Sorry, technical challenges with the thing here. And so now once a week, I'm gonna launder my cloths in one of the Noex detergents. Okay, we have a liquid and a powder. I'm not gonna talk a ton about these because that's not kitchen related, but one of those are best to care for your Noex. When you rinse your cloths, wash them once a week in one of our detergents, then you will get 8-9 years out of use of your cloth, because they're not getting clogged up with the gunk from other detergents that come from your store. Not to mention that you only need a very small amount of these, so you actually save a lot of money in your laundry. And I wash all my laundry: sheets, towel, clothes, underwear, everything. My husband, 3 kids, we've got a lot of laundry. We've got pee, poop, vomit, blood, we've got it all. So I need sweat. I've got teens. It is bad. So I stink too. I'm not throwing the stone on my kids. I have my own, body odors. But I need laundry is what I'm trying to say. I need somebody who works. And this one is enzyme based. So just like the dishwashing powder, which has enzymes in it, our liquid detergent has enzymes, and it does a great job at taking out odors and removing stains. So I love that. So I would recommend that's how you launder your Noex. I never really wash this. Truly, I've had it for years, my dishcloth. I may throw it in there every 6 months in a load of laundry. That's it, but not really. Otherwise, as long as once I'm done washing the dishes, I just make sure there's no food stuck on there, cheese or eggs or whatever. And it sits at the bottom of the sink, and that's it, right? And it doesn't stink, because I may have never actually said that. The bacteria cannot hold on to this, as opposed to that green and yellow sponge where all there is holes for the bacteria to get in. This has no grip for the bacteria to grab on. So it's just physics, like they can't stay on there where they can nest in there like big time. So I love that. Okay, so if you have more questions about laundry and care, let me know. But how do we order? So I'm going to post the catalog. All of the kitchen items were on about 12 page from 54 to 68, so 14 pages, right? So right in the middle of our catalog there in the home care. So when you open the catalog, you can look at these. But message me to order, right? Because I want to be able to send you the link. I want to be able to answer your questions, and I want you to overwhelm our host, because she might go, oh, I'm not sure, let me ask Sev. So I want to serve you. So message me to order. When I post the link in the group, it doesn't work. Sometimes Facebook takes it off, or it gets lost in the shuffle. It's just, a little bit complicated. So just message me. That way I can serve you, and then I can place your order for you. I can even build your cart for you, and just send you a cart that has all the things you want. You just check out, and it takes 2 seconds, okay? Now, there are some Cinderella deals from me for ordering by tomorrow night. So you have a whole new 24 hours to rewatch this, or to watch parts that you may have missed because you got busy. And so when you spend $50 or $100 or $150 or $200 by tomorrow night, and I'm about to post the Cinderella link, I'm going to gift you a travel enviro cloth. Well, first I'm going to send you a sample of our laundry detergent, not the spray bottle, but a sample of laundry detergent with instruction to mix in a spray bottle, because our detergent is not only awesome to clean your laundry, it's great at removing stains like popsicle juice from the sofa. It may or may not have happened last week. Prune juice, wine, spaghetti sauce. I talked about vomit, pee, poop, and blood already. All of that has been landing, not wine because we don't drink wine, but all of that has been on the surface in this house in the last 3 years we've lived here, okay? So this, and that's why it says UPP on here, because that's my Ultra Power Plus, and it's like your magic spray, okay? So when you spend $50, I'll send you a sample of detergent, and you can, you know, when you spend $50 tomorrow night, and you can use it in your own spray bottle at home and remove all your stains. It's amazing. If you spend $100, I give you a travel enviro cloth. I will send it to you. It's the chicken cloth travel size. If you spend $150, you'll get a counter cloth from me, right? And if you spend $200 by tomorrow night, you will actually get all three. So the samples and the 2 cloths, right? Now, if something is not in your budget, host a party. It is free. It is fun. It's going to help your host and everybody that you know cleans, right? So if you have not yet, grab yourself a bag, right? Book me down below the color you want. And again, if you are like, all the people I'm going to invite are new to Norwex, can we do a regular demo with the basics? Yes, I can do a demo with the basics, the mop, our top 5 products, absolutely. And then when all 3 bags are claimed for after your parties are being held, ladies, then our sweet host is going to get the orange one. Now, if your gem is, okay, Sev, I love free, but I really would like more information about how to earn an income with Norwex. I need extra money. I know we're all busy. I homeschool 3 kids. I run my house. I'm a stay-at-home mom. My husband works during the day. There's activities. My son plays hockey. My daughter's in tumbling. We're really busy, but I can fit Norwex in the nooks and crannies of our life, right? So my family first, my faith before that, actually my family next, and then my Norwex business helps us have that extra income. And so if you are working full-time, maybe you're a stay-at-home parent, maybe you're retired, maybe you are, let's see, working several part-time jobs, you know, to try to, you know, add the income onto each other, you can still do this business. Norwex needs more consultants. We have enough consultants where we have spread Norwex in 3% of homes in North America. 3%. So 97% of this country and into Canada as well has not heard about Norwex yet, has not tried the products, has not had a party, or has had the opportunity to say, yes, I want to join as a consultant, I need the extra income. So there's a lot of work to do. So if you have any questions about, you know, how that would work for your family, or specific questions about how much of that, it's actually free to join Norwex. It is free. You get your Safe Haven 5 and your mop free, plus catalogs, a bag, all kinds of stuff. And you get started and you can earn your kit free in your first few parties. And it's just, that's how I never paid anything for my kits, because I just earned it free as I was doing my first parties. Plus I made money right away also. And I got to share people, you know, Norwex with the people closest to me, and they were so thankful because now they use Norwex, right? So let me know if you have any questions about that. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that as Norwex lovers, you learned something new to clean your kitchen, and